up your entire body for this mission of the gospel, giving up your entire lives. For what? For questions that are not even asked. We might say in the good old days, whatever that was, people were going around looking for meaning. And they usually meant they thought something was missing, as Taylor says there. But today, there's an opaqueness in people's consciousness. They have everything they need. And they aren't looking for the transcendent. And they are looking for supernatural symbols like virginity, to wake them up and to make them think, wow, there must be more to life. Because they are living the more to life. They don't even have a God-shaped hole, as Taylor said, looking for something. You listen to talk radio in the morning sometimes, you can see how superficial the age is. What the announcers pay attention to in the news, really, it's basically cultural gossip. And they get all excited about it, and it fills their imagination and consciousness. This is really what they think the people in the United States want to hear when they wake up in the morning? About all the gossip of movie stars or musicians? And it appears that we do. And so this passing age is incredibly superficial. And we go back to the original Canto La Mesa wound then, to be misunderstood. To be an expert in dying is to hold the world very lightly, so that your consciousness can be filled not with superficialities, but with the Christic mysteries. And therefore, when all of the Americans have their fill of superficiality, they have someone different to go to. Because once you've had your fill of superficialities, albeit of course Taylor may be right, people may think that's the end of life, and they'll never feel filled with it. But there may be some who do. And when they are filled with superficiality, they're going to need a contrast. Some other source or font, and that would be you. And that's why the church continually invites you not to become part of the age. Now, of course, people get defensive at that point and say, well, we have to be part of the age so we know what people are listening to. Well, yes, of course. But to have knowledge of what people are entering into superficially doesn't mean you share it. You are continually at the source of the font, which of course protects your celibacy, because you're fascinated with the mysteries. And you're, as an expert in dying, then you can come alongside me and very gently help me let go of all the American superficialities that heretofore have defined me. And then I will literally mourn. Or you'll help me understand how and why they couldn't possibly fill me, because of the great dignity of the human person and how we're meant for so much more. Newman says, perhaps the reason why the standard of holiness among us is so low, while our view of the truth is so dim, our belief so unreal, our general notions so artificial and external, is this: that we dare not trust each other with the secrets of our hearts. We have each the same secret, and we keep it to ourselves. And we fear that as a cause of estrangement, which really would be instead a bond for us. We do not probe the wounds of our nature thoroughly. We do not lay the foundation of our religious profession in the ground of our inner man. We are amiable and friendly to each other in words and deeds, but our love is not enlarged. Our vows of affection are straight, and we fear to let the intercourse begin at its root. And in consequence, our religion viewed as social system is hollow, because the presence of Christ is not in it. Paul says in Romans 12, this age is passing. And it's not only passing objectively, it's passing subjectively. All of our lives are quite brief. And so he's extended this invitation to some of us to become experts in dying. To become experts in not holding this age very tightly so that the mysteries can fill us rather than the superficialities of this age. Example, there are some priests that I know when they go on retreat, they say a private mass, and they do not care about time. So they light the candles, and they get everything ready for mass, and they know that the chapel that they're using is theirs and theirs alone. And they linger in Lectio over the Word of God, and they linger with Jesus in their hands as they utter the words, "This is my body, this is my blood." And they are in no rush as they offer themselves in the church to the Father through the sacrifice. And they spend that time receiving the reality that they are being taken up into another. Perhaps our religion is so superficial because we dare not trust each other with the secrets of our hearts. To whom are you giving your embodied mind? To whom are you giving your embodied mind? So how do you know what you love? You only know what you love, what you pay attention to. What you pay attention to, you love.